Hello and welcome to National Focus. I'm your presenter Mervin Matthew. Thank you for joining us. In our top stories, installation of over 2,500 streetlights advanced, 25 to be trained at Kempinski resorts worldwide, and the nationals participate in National Day of Community Service. Stay with us for details of these and other stories right after this.
Child abuse is unacceptable. Child abuse is not cultural, it is criminal. And one child abuse is one too many.
For more information on child abuse or to report suspected cases on child abuse, contact the Social Welfare Division on 33 Great Marlborough Street or call 266-3020 or 266-3080.
Welcome back. A decade-long friendly alliance between Dominica and the People's Republic of China continues to benefit as our international partners consistently transform their intentions into actions. It is very apparent that installation of over 2,500 streetlights around the island is well on its way. The Honorable Leader of the Nation, Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, at the National Day Parade expressed his profound gratitude to the People's Republic of China for their continued support.
We're well on our way with the installation of over 2,500 streetlights. We have commenced the installation of these solar lights along the Eolibla and Dr. Nicholas Liverpool highways. Our plan is to have both of them completely lit within the next 3 to 4 months. Work will then begin on the lighting of other roadways around the island. This, no doubt, will contribute to making the experience of driving on and using our roads at night much safer and more pleasant.
The nation's leader articulated that as a small, open and vulnerable economy, Dominica has been relying heavily on the assistance of friendly and international partners in responding to the challenges the islands faced after August 27, 2015 storm. He reiterated the island's appreciation of the commitment of the People's Republic of China in underwriting the cost of the construction of the Eolibla highway.
A group of engineers from China is currently on island, carrying out final project design investigation work along the west coast. We will sign the implementation agreement and the economic and technical agreement with the government of China later this month to facilitate the project. We thank the government of the People's Republic of China for the continued solidarity and tangible expression of support to our country.
The People's Republic of China established diplomatic relations with Dominica in 2004. Meantime, the 160-room cabaret resort Kempinski, being constructed in the north of the island, which has promised jobs for hundreds of Dominicans upon completion, has opened the doors for several young people in the hospitality and the tourism industry to receive training. The Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit last Thursday revealed that 25 young individuals will gain the opportunity to receive first-class training to prepare them to manage the cabaret resort Kempinski when it is completed in 2018.
I am advised that 106 Dominicans are employed there, comprising 85% of the total workforce. Many more persons are employed in other firms which are providing complementary services to the project. Rangers also informed us that the Kempinski Group has agreed to train 25 Dominicans at managerial and other levels for a 1-year period at their resorts worldwide. This will allow them to gain the necessary experience in the level of service which they will be expected to provide at the hotel in Dominica.
On Wednesday, October 26, the Prime Minister, along with cabinet colleagues, visited the site of the resort.
I was impressed with the quality and pace of work at the site.
The Dominica leader stated in his address at the National Day Parade that the Citizenship by Investment program has provided important funds for financing the economic and social development of Dominica towards a sustainable path.
Much of our capital budget this year is being financed with funds from the Citizenship by Investment program. Additionally, the hotel developments under the real estate projects approved under the program are providing an important avenue for job creation, initially in the construction sector and subsequently during the operation of these facilities.
The five-star resort is being constructed by Dubai-based Range Development. In more news, the Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit says if all goes as planned, the construction of the geothermal plant will begin next year. The nation leader was addressing nationals and visitors at the National Day Parade at the Windsor Park Stadium on November 3rd. Honorable Skerrit told the audience that government continues to pursue what they consider to be the most transformative project undertaken to date.
Last month, we signed an agreement with the government of New Zealand providing for technical support on all aspects of engineering, procurement, and construction as it relates to the geothermal project. The government has invested in excess of US $20 million thus far in the geothermal project, and additionally, we have made a commitment of US $15 million towards the construction of the domestic plant. Additional financing will come from a combination of grant and loans from our international partners and financing institutions.
Last month in Parliament, the Geothermal Resources Development Act was passed.
The Act lays out the rules and structure within which the geothermal resources will be developed, exploited, and monitored in Dominica.
From 2001, the government of Dominica, in collaboration with its partners, invested over $25 million in the development of geothermal energy. The Honorable Prime Minister has stated that this will allow Dominica to transition from the dependence on imported and expensive fossil fuels. Also this news time, the Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit has called on all Dominicans to be dedicated to nation building as a commitment to the island. The Dominica leader in his Independence Day address called on Dominicans to reflect on whether they are fulfilling their commitment to Dominica.
We may need to do some introspection and ask ourselves how we can strengthen our commitment to nation building. We should examine the quality of our relationships with each other and how those relationships bind us in a beneficial national effort. I therefore reiterate the call for us to unite in the interest of nation building. Let us put country first and commit to working together to achieve the development and progress that we all want for this beautiful country of ours.
The Honorable Prime Minister used the opportunity to thank the island's regional and international partners who have been supportive over Dominica's 38 years of independence.
I thank and congratulate those of you who make it your bounden duty to speak positively of and promote in a healthy manner this country of ours. I have said before, and I reiterate on this occasion, that every Dominican must see him or herself as an ambassador for Dominica. What we say about Dominica is internalized by many and treated as gospel. Let us therefore be constructive and positive in the promotion of this our island home.
At the Independence Day Parade, 20 individuals were presented with Meritorious Service Awards. GIS News will give you more from that ceremony in a subsequent newscast. You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
I had a bleeding disorder that I did not know about, and they had to be transfusing me continuously. I got 56 units.
Being there at the blood bank, I was like, yo, I'm actually saving someone's life.
You never know when you can go.
Give blood. I have done it, and believe it or not, it don't hurt.
I won't be scared. I'll give. You know you're gonna give blood. I'll make sure she does.
Sit down at the blood bank in a comfortable environment for 45 minutes.
Helping people.
You are stimulating your body to make brand new cells.
You get free cookies, you get juice.
Get to know your blood group, feels good.
I felt as a better person.
It's a good thing to be alive, and I can thank God that I'm there and I'm enjoying life.
Thank you for staying with us. On Friday, November 4, Dominicans came out in numbers to help clear and repair roads and drains, construct much needed infrastructure, and beautify streets and sidewalks, among several other initiatives designed for the good of the community. GIS News visited communities across the island from the many projects, large and small, that we caught on camera. Here are a few which stood out. The first team visited the Roseau Valley all the way up to St. Joseph.
I'm Lurian Graham Carter, and my cameraman and I, Anthony Richards, have begun our journey in the community of Waton-Waven, where some work is being undertaken right now. Mr. Kelvin Elise is going to tell us more about that.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Basically today what we're doing is a road and rehabilitation with drain project in the lower part of Waton-Waven. What we had before, especially when there's heavy rainfall, a lot of debris, a lot of mud is created in this particular area, and so vehicles, when they go down there, you find most of the vehicles end up sticking down there. There's a lot of confusion down there. So we're hoping today to at least do one lane of road as far down possible, possibly to the turning point, so to make at least vehicles a little more accessible in and out of that section of Waton-Waven. So far the project is going on the good. We started about a little bit after 9 minutes to 10 o'clock, and we were able to put down at least 35 bags of cement so far. So we're in our second batch now. It would not get us today as far as we hopefully had intended to, but it will work. Yeah, so by the end of the day, we should have at least completed roughly about 35 meters or so of road. Yeah, so that's it, more or less.
We're currently in Louisville, where the Louisville community is heading a project right here. And I'm with Mr. Brian Bastian, who's going to tell us what they're doing.
Okay, presently we're doing some road patching. That is what we set ourselves to do today. We have other work to be done, but presently what we're doing is the road patching, because the road is in a deplorable condition, and that's what we're doing today.
Okay, Mr. Bastian, I noticed that your crew is working under the rain.
Well, around them times, people don't worry about the rain. I've been there encouraging them for how much days now, and everybody happy about the whole program, because they didn't know what was happening until I let them know what was happening. I was working behind the scenes for quite a while now. There's another thing that has happen overnight, However, the turnout is very, very good. We could have a little more people, but some of the guys are working presently now.
At the Dominica Infirmary in the heart of the city, some cleaning was done by members of Carriman. In Tarish Pit, the young men have begun the groundwork for the foundation of a sports center at the Tarish Pit playing field. In the Canefield community, a few men in River Estate took it upon themselves to patch the holes from the entrance of River Estate leading up to Mariner Enterprises.
On this day of Community Day of Service, the Rotaract Club has collaborated with the Interact Club and a couple members of the Rotary Club to clean up the Massac Primary School. The president is going to tell us what is going on here today.
Actually, what we're doing right now is doing a beautification project at the Kempinski Massac Primary School. We're going to be doing planting of trees. We're going to be doing a painting of a mural, and we're also going to clean up the environments of the school. Because that is something that we always do every year, and we decided this year to do the Kempinski Massac Primary School.
In the hills of Sibuli Massac, overgrown trees were cut down to prevent pedestrians and drivers from being affected.
We're still in Sibuli with Mr. George Tavernier, who's going to tell us what more is going on in the area.
Well, as you can see, this area there, we're going to try to concrete that area today. Now, if we are able, if the strength is there with the others, just after we're back, there's another piece that we have to do. And not only that, but we also have a little wall to put up at in front of that bridge there to prevent that water from that ravine when it begins to reach down the road. It usually cross over the bridge and dig up the road. So we're going to build a little shoulder for it, put a parapet and like a funnel to trap the water so that it don't cross over. Okay, about 10 hours there so far. There are some others to come. They say they will come. I'm not saying them, but probably when we start to shovel up the mixing itself, they might come.
Remaining optimistic?
Yes, I am.
Members from the Mao Youth Catholic Group were engaged in the beautification of the Catholic Church in their community. In the community of St. Joseph, a small road paving project was underway on the morn. In the north of the island, all hands were on deck. GIS's first stop was in the village of Kolibistri, where chairman of the Kolibistri Monrachet Village Council, Erickson Robinson, described some of the community ongoing projects.
We'll be focusing on rehabilitating a road. This area in Monrachet is called Gozile, and this road was severely damaged after Tropical Storm Erica, and we are in fact trying to improve access to some of the residents in that section of the community. We as a council had embarked on doing a section of the road prior to this community day of service, and today we have mobilized the people from Monrachet, and we will be focusing on trying to do as much as we can today. We have gotten some material and assistance from the local government department, and we too as a council have come together and put our resources together to get further material so that we can at least do quite a bit of work today.
Further north in the community of Clifton, more work was being done. Chairman of the Clifton Capuchin Kokoye Village Council, Augustine August, is proud of what was accomplished.
Today we are basically here concentrating on finishing this road, this piece of road, to join with the main village road. That's the back road, we call it the back road, so we want to see if we can complete it and join it with the main road. Last year we had a major work going on to the main road where we received $150,000 from the Prime Minister to finish or complete the village road. So now we're concentrating on the back road, and hopefully we should be able to connect it with the main village road.
In Penville, chairman of the council, Francis Alexis, described the construction of a much-needed access road.
They asked for some materials, and they were given materials to complete the road. But as you see, it's a difficult piece of road. So I'm glad that they got the opportunity to complete that road. So much we didn't have a large turnout today, but those who are there, I think they are destined to finish this piece of road.
There were also ongoing activities such as beautification and the construction of a retaining wall close to the Penville Preschool. In the community of Tebow, community members came out in full force to participate in the cleanup and beautification. Chairman of the Tebow Village Council, Robert Bontiff, told GIS News that he was satisfied with the accomplishments of his community members.
We have, for community service, we have two projects. The main project is a road at the top of the village. That's where you call Pauline, where we're doing some roadworks and drainage. And there are other projects happening in other areas of Tebow. We have the fundraising center. There's cleaning and beautification taking place in a number of areas. I'm very pleased with the turnout, and I'm very satisfied with what we have done here so far.
The Honorable Rosalind Paul, parliamentary representative for the Paybush constituency, which includes Anzime and Benz, also expressed her gratitude to all participants in her communities.
The community of Anzime Benz are involved in the construction of a garbage shed. Currently, there is nowhere that can contain garbage, and often we would prefer that garbage is sent out of the community every day. But currently, in terms of scheduling, sometimes you do not have, the truck doesn't pass, so they're building this shed that can contain the garbage until it's disposed of. So that's what's happening in Anzime. I must say a few thanks to the people who have turned out so far, and I would encourage everybody to come out. It's not a holiday, it's a day when you give back to community, it's a day for your own development and for your own contributions.
She also revealed other projects, including beautification in the Benz area and access roads in Calibishi. From La Plaine to Petit-Soufrière, communities on the East Coast took on various projects on Friday morning. From constructing roads and clearing drains to trimming and replanting flowers, residents were keen on getting their communities to a more pristine state than it was. In the community of La Plaine, we met the Honorable Parliamentary Representative for the area, Peter Seja, pitching in with his community members to construct a much-needed access road.
Unlike previous years, this year there appears to be a focus on concrete works in the area. Of course, there is also the beautification aspect. As you can see here, we have a project going on in the Balizé area where we are actually doing an access road to a few houses on the upper section. We also have another project, two other concrete works being done in Delis. That is from the Delis Health Center Police Station down to Tolly Joseph's area, side road, access road that we think must be addressed given that it leads to the police station and the health center, so that if the other route is blocked, then in a case of emergency, it is accessible by vehicular traffic. There is also another project involving concrete works in the Delis area, that is in the around Alex shop in Delis. There is a major storm drain that hopefully will be addressed.
In Casabros, residents were hard at work constructing another access road led by Angelica Gaspar, chairperson of the Casabros Village Council.
This project is a long outstanding project. We wanted to do it for a long while, but this year we want to thank the government for helping us with materials, cement and tarish and lumber, so we can start on it. We will not finish today because it's a long way at the back. But as you can see, our fire station is right there, the firemen living there. So we wanted to start at the end there to give the ambulance a better way to go out. So we want to thank the government again very much, and as you can see, we have some help. We started late because the weather was not too promising, but I stayed until I find everybody else to come out and help us. The parrot was there earlier on. He made sure that we started and then he left. A lot of people go to their garden using this road. And as I said, the ambulance is right there. That's the way for the ambulance to get out. And a lot of children live in that area, and farmers use this area to go to their garden. So this road is very important to us.
Yet another access road was being constructed in the Kainago territory. GIS News spoke to the representative of the Siniku Development Committee, Peter Stanford, who stated that the road would create ease in accessing the community's recreational grounds.
We are working on this road leading to the Siniku Recreation Ground. We started yesterday by cutting the grass, and we was hoping that in the afternoon time we would doing some preparation on regarding the surface of the road, so that we could prepare it, and then this morning they would have a better starting to start with for concrete. We chose to do this project because it's beneficial towards the community on a whole, and it creates better access towards our recreation ground. We want to thank the government of Dominica for making this materials available today so that we could get these materials to construct this road.
Our community day of service tour in the southwestern part of the island started in the scenic Scott's Head. That morning, several men of the village had already started work. The men were drilling through the street to get to an old sewage pipe which needed to be replaced. We spoke to the deputy chairman of the Soufriere Scott's Head Gallia Village Council, Conrad Caesar, who explained the importance of that project.
That area they are working there is a wastewater pipe going from people's homes and other drainage. When rain falls and other people use the water in that your home, it came to the drain, so it goes down to the bayside. So it was in a bad state, and we decided we will take that project for complete of service so more people can come out. What we are doing there now is we dig in the drainage. We have a pipe before for a long time. It was an iron pipe, but it rotten and it started to decay, and then the road started to make foundational holes, and dirt and stones will fall in. People can break their leg in there. So it was a main concern for us in the community, especially in the village.
Another group of men were also working to replace the seat in the bus shelter. In Soufriere, a very small contingent showed up at about 9 a.m. for road paving project. In the unique and scenic community of Gallia, several young people showed up on a mission to beautify the entrance of the community by planting flowers along the roadside. Most remarkably, the young people were building a retaining wall using materials on hand, stones.
And as you can see, we are undergoing some community service work project. It's all about keeping the community clean. As you can see, we're doing some dabbing, stone dabbing, we're planting flowers. Everybody is involved. As you can see, it's a youthful community. Mostly young persons are there, and we're doing our best to keep our community clean. And also would like to advise other communities, especially young persons, to get involved in community work, get team spirit involved, and let's see if we can build our communities and help to keep Dominica clean and green.
In Point Michelle, we met up with the Honorable Parliamentary Representative for the area, Denise Charles. She expressed pride that her constituents had showed up relatively large numbers to work. In Point Michelle, villagers were well on their way to paving this very essential footpath.
In our constituency, we have planned a lot of projects for Community Day of Service. I am pleased that we have a lot of young men who are out working hard. As you can see, we're in Chimenef, Point Michelle, and they're about to do a road project. This road was a dirt road, and so we're going to put it in concrete to make it easier for the residents to go to their homes and to minimize the effects when there is a lot of rain. It becomes very muddy and very difficult for people to pass on, and it causes problems for us lower down. We'll be able to eliminate the problems caused by rain.
Although rain dampened several of the projects planned for the day in several of the communities, many still turned out for their road paving projects in Walhouse, Girondel and Fortney, while in Kingsale, railings were placed on this pathway to facilitate pedestrians, particularly the elderly. And that's news. Your tip of the day is next. Eating late at night is often blamed for obesity, though it can also contribute to fluctuations in your sleep cycle and changes in the number of times you need to use the bathroom during the night. If you must eat late, choose foods that are appropriate, such as those low in calories and rich in whole grains. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm Mervin Matthew. Thanks for watching, and join us again next time for National Focus.